All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles of great no stone, and salute to the Akim that is pushing his truth in all sincerity, and also in truth, and even unto those who's learning and listening as well, and growing thereby. Now, what I would like to do is to show you, brothers, something here on how the White House wants to take this thing to the next level. And the level that they want to take it to is pretty much of a state of emergency on a national scale, you know. And it's all due because of this coronavirus situation that's occurring. And when you look at Italy, Italy is on total lockdown. And that's something, or should I say, of a similar scenario could very well be taking place in the U.S., okay, and you know, Lord willing, down here in London, England too, as we've always brought about throughout the years, the scriptures speak about these things. Closing borders down. All right, martial law. Blocking certain streets. Patrol vehicles blocking streets, and helicopters and, you know, government vehicles all around in your local areas. Okay, concentration camps. You know, all of these things are going to be in full effect real soon. As it looks, if this coronavirus is what they say it is, and it doesn't go away and it keeps on going, then that's where society is going to go. Because all you got to do is look at Italy. Italy is the prime example as to where this thing could go all around the world. All right. And I'm talking about, there's a possibility of martial law being declared in certain countries. All right, certain major countries that are. So let me continue to read all the way down. We're going to go through this article here. It says White House officials have privately discussed the possibility of declaring a national state of emergency over the coronavirus outbreak. According to a report, aides in Donald Trump's administration have had preliminary talks about calling a national emergency, which would allow disaster levels action to be taken by a federal emergency management agency, the Washington Post reported. Okay, so that's exactly where they want to take it. Now, last year, I mean, I don't really have to read all of this right here because this is what he said last year. All right, but this is what he's saying now. What he's saying, and those that are with him at the White House, they're looking to, if possible, declare a national state of emergency. In other words, martial law all over the United States, so-called United States. Okay, because America, as we know it as, is divided anyway. There's no United States. All right, everyone's divided in America, man. Okay, so this is why I say so-called United States. But let's just jump right back to the point. The point of the matter is that Esau is going to use this coronavirus because it's really nothing but a virus scare. You know, that's what all of this is. I mean, and to really be honest with you, you know, I can't really trust Esau at all. All right, whatever he's saying, because. And that's not to say that the coronavirus isn't real, because it could be real. It could be an actual disease that's out there. But a part of me is also thinking they're using, it could be very well lying and saying, well, you know, this coronavirus, and because we're in the flu season, people are dying due to a flu. Okay, it could very well be in flu season, and people are dying due to the season. Like Donald Trump said last year, it says, I'm going to just jump to the point. It came after Mr. Trump issued a flurry of tweets in an attempt to downplay the significance of coronavirus. In one of more than a dozen posts on Monday, he said, so last year, 37,000 Americans died from the common flu. It averaged between 27,000 and 70,000 per year. Nothing is shut down. Life and economy go on. At this moment, there are 546 confirmed cases of the coronavirus with 22 deaths. Think about that. So this is what he said before, all right, which was last year. So thousands of people die of a flu every flu season. But because we're in the flu season, they're calling this flu a virus, such as what you have, coronavirus. Okay? And like I said, I'm not saying that this ain't true, that this ain't true and that there's no virus. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that we have to think, because Esau is very crafty in the way that he does his thing. Okay? The way that he pushes his agenda. But either way, whether it's a lie or whether it's true, it really doesn't matter. You know, what matters to us is that Esau, instead of him dragging his feet with what he wants to do in terms of bringing martial law around the streets, which is what they've always wanted to do anyway, they might as well do just that. Okay? And we're proud of these doing that. We're happy about that, because it lets us know that Esau's back's against the wall, and they're going to have to collapse the system so that they can re-up again. And really, they're not going to re-up. They're going to go right into perdition. Their enterprise, or this society, is going to be destroyed. And that's where it's all going. Okay, so let's go towards the scriptures now. I'm going to start with 2 Ezra 15, verse 1, and then I'm going to jump down a couple of verses. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." And that's all that we've been doing for ages. And we're still doing it to this very moment in time. We're still speaking the words of prophecy. All right? We're telling you that America is going to be destroyed. We're telling you that martial law is going to be declared. You know, we've been telling you incoming riots. You know, all of these things we've been speaking about, and still to this very moment in time. So we are speaking the words of prophecy, and we're opening up the book of prophecy, which is the Bible, to confirm that. So let's read verse 2. "And to cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." And we don't really have to write anything down, because it's all been written. All of the prophets and the scribes have already written down what's forth to come in the future. And all we're doing is reading it to you and breaking it down to you, because sometimes the Bible has dark parabolic sayings in it. So we break it down to you, but most of the scriptures are plain. All right, you just got to be awakened to the scriptures and know of what's to come and what's expected of you and what you must do. And the thing that we all must do as Israelites is simply fear the Lord, so that we can escape from the troublous times that's upon us. All right, so I want to jump all the way down to verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction." And if this coronavirus thing is real, then yes, indeed, there's going to be a lot of death. Okay? So it says, verse 6, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise in themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually." All right, and that goes into the souls of them that have passed on amongst our people, the righteous. They're complaining to the Lord as to what's going down here on earth, and we're complaining to the Lord as well in this physical flesh. This physical realm. Verse 9, "And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them." Verse 10, "Behold, my people," let me just jump down to the point. "But I will bring them with a mighty hand, and stretch out arm, smite Egypt with plagues, as before, and I will destroy all of the land thereof." So the Lord is going to smite America and all of these different lands that take heed to the doctrine of America, okay, with plagues. And the plague at bay at this present moment in time is the coronavirus. Now, like I said, I really don't know what to believe about this coronavirus. I don't know what to believe of it. But the media is reporting that it's killed a couple of people there and there. So we just have to just wait and see if this thing is really what they say it is, you know. And I'm just speaking based on my own viewpoint, you know. I'm not saying that my viewpoint is the truth. I'm just being aware of how Esau is getting down when it comes to spreading information. Okay? Because the information could be false or it could be true. All right? But I'm in the middle when it concerns this virus thing, man. That's just my own personal view. You know? Verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. And read it again. And smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all of the land thereof. So America is going to be destroyed. Okay, this particular Egypt that Ezra is speaking about is America. Because America is known, according to Revelation, the 11th chapter, as Sodom and Egypt. All right. Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with plagues, and punishments of the Most High shall bring upon it. So the Lord is going to continue to smite America with plagues and all the above. Okay, all of these different countries that are in league with America, they will be smitten with plagues also. No one's getting off scot-free here. All right. So let's jump down to verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction drove nigh. One people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be seditious among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So if this coronavirus gets out of hand to the point where, as Esau says, that it's gotten out of hand, and they shut the streets down as they've done to Italy, then this very well could bring about riots too. Okay, like, you know, brothers have been doing sit downs. You got people fighting for the last set of toilet paper, grabbing up all of the lemons, all of the sanitizers and soaps they can get to get themselves covered from this coronavirus. Okay, so people are going crazy in these stores. They're getting all of the stuff that they need to protect themselves, and that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening nowadays. So if this thing continues on, then we're going to see a whole different world, man, and it's not going to be good. It's going to be terrible. All right, we're going to see this world changed for the worse. So this is why it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, because all of these that I've just read to you is going to happen if it continues on. If Esau brings the awareness of this coronavirus as they are. So let's read on. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And like I said, it's all going to get down to this right here. All of this. Okay. But guess what? The elect, the men of the Lord that keep the commandments of the Lord is going to show mercy unto them. This is Deuteronomy 5 verse 15. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Because the Lord is only dealing with what? According to Revelation, the 7th chapter, the 144,000 and also the 1/3. So there's thousands of men all around the globe that are keeping his commandments to the best of their ability. Because we really can't keep the commandments in totality because of the situation we're in. But the commandments that we can keep, we keep those commandments under the intent that the Lord will have mercy on us. Okay? So let's move on. Psalms 91, verse 4. I'll stop in verse 1. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, which is this truth. Verse 2, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snares of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence, which is the missile, or the missiles. It says, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrows that fly by day. Again, the missiles. nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. So we're going to be able to see people dying left, right hand, and center, and we're going to be in the midst of all of that, and we're not going to be affected. So miracles are going to come. Miracles are going to be seen and declared when all hell breaks loose. Let's move on. And it just takes for one to believe in that. All right, it's up to you. Those of you that are growing in this truth, that are newly coming to this faith, it's up to you to believe in that. All right, because we know that the Lord, as the scripture says, all things are possible in the Lord. So let's get this. Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. So as long as you doing that which is of the book, you good. You wouldn't got to worry about being put to death or when a virus is taking place. But again, as I say, it's up to you to believe in that. Okay? Because I'm reading it to you, but it's up to you to believe in that. If the Lord is with you to believe in that, then you're going to believe it. Because we back here that bring these scriptures out, you better believe we believe in these scriptures, man. Okay? We believe it wholeheartedly. All right? So that's all I have, for the brothers out there and a few of the sisters out there of this coronavirus situation I wanted to briefly go into. So with that, I'm going to close this one out, giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Arakak Wadash, and Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing this truth. And also, with that, I'm out. Shalom.